Good morning and welcome to Happy Trails Hiking. My name is Kay and today is Tuesday, and on Tuesday we talk about travel. I have a super special show for you today, and I want to let you know that this show is brought to you by the DuPage Convention and Visitors Bureau in Illinois. And so I want to show you a quick little video before we get started with our interview today. All right, so we will be talking to the executive director of the DuPage Convention and Visitors Bureau. Her name is Beth Marchetti. And if you have questions for Beth today or want to know more about something that she touches on, please make sure to put @Happy Trails Hiking in the chat or mention it in the comments, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we possibly can. So let's get started. Welcome, Beth. Thank you for being here today, Beth.
Hey, thank you for having me. We appreciate that very much.
Awesome. I have really enjoyed my last couple of weeks exploring DuPage County virtually, and I want to come. If I can get up there. It's not too far from St. Louis area. Now, as a matter of fact, it's just outside of Chicago, correct?
Correct. And we have a great location where we're at. Obviously, we're within a day's drive of many, many different cities throughout the Midwest. We have 9 interstates crisscrossing through the area. We're close to the airports. So we're a great location, super convenient for a lot of different people to come visit us.
Awesome. Yes, I'm excited. I'm like, okay, I got to go north. I just have to go north.
Please
and
do.
I think of Chicago, and I'm not a big city kind of person. We love parks and outdoors and exploring the food scene in smaller areas. And I love that you all say you have the big city feel with a small town charm. And I just love that. It's awesome.
We're just a few miles outside of the city. And so you have the best of both worlds. You've got that ability to get to the city if you want to. But of course, we have 38 small, quaint communities. Many of them have bike trails running right through them where you can stop and get a craft brew on the way at one of our breweries. So yeah, lots of really quaint downtowns to visit. And, as well as metropolitan cool cities too, like Oak Brook Shopping Center if you're a shopper. So
awesome. That's cool. Lori Bryant says, very nice video. Looking forward to that togetherness again. So very, very cool. So you've been at DuPage County for 20 years. And I know that you've probably seen so many changes. And of course, 2020 is the year of changes.
Correct.
But what is something that you would say has remained the same in the communities of DuPage County?
That's a great question. So I think a couple things. One of the reasons that DuPage County is so attractive to everyone is that we have these great values. We value family, we value business, and the wide variety of businesses that we have, as well as great schools. It's in our value system, and that health and wellness, I think, is really permeated in our DNA somehow. So I think you'll find very passionate people who care about conservation and care about the trail systems, who care about obesity, and really try to promote, riding your bikes. The Illinois Prairie Path was one of the first rails to trails conversions in the country. And a big part of that goes through DuPage County. So again, you can get on that Prairie Path and go all the way to Wheaton, Illinois. And there's the Great Western Trail, and each of our other communities, including the DuPage Forest Preserves, have trails of their own. So all of that has standed the test of time. Mm-hmm. I think we're a great corporate destination. And I think, businesses thrive in DuPage because it's a great place to keep their families there. And so it's a whole full circle of life, right? If you build a place you want to live, it's a place where people want to work, and it's a place where people want to visit. So all of those things have stood the test of time since I've been here. So we've grown. We've got 16,000 hotel rooms at 115 hotels. So we're one of the largest metropolitan concentration of inventory of hotels. But at the same time, there's over 16,000 acres, or excuse me, 26,000 acres of protected forest preserves. So you've got that beautiful space plus industry means a wealthy and healthy community.
Wow, that's just amazing. Wow, that's a lot of acres for being so close to the city. And rails to trails, we love those. We have the Katy Trail here in Missouri that goes through our county, and love taking time on that. So
I'm familiar with that.
That's excellent. So I was reading up, and it says that, many places are known for well, we're all touting how healthy places are and how clean and things are, but that's not new to DuPage County. Back in 2017, the Daily Herald newspaper said that as one of the healthiest counties in Illinois, with miles of bike trails, golf courses, and forest preserves combined with a sophisticated range of shopping, dining, and cultural experiences, the DuPage County CVP wants you to know that DuPage, or you can do more in DuPage for your body, mind, and spirit. Yes, I got it all in there, right? Do more, D-U more. I love it. Yeah, that's awesome. So, what are some of the things that you would suggest that we do more of?
Perfect. Mm-hmm. So, we've constantly rated in the top of the healthiest counties in Illinois. And that's based on, population and the offerings that we have in DuPage, education, obviously, and knowing that you need to keep an entire wellness of your mind, body, and spirit. So all of those things are part of that ranking there. I'm going to give you just a couple really cool, interesting things that I think kind of touch upon all of those points. So, for example, the Morton Arboretum. Joy Morton from the Morton Salt Company, this was his summer estate. And so the Morton Arboretum is a museum of trees with 1,600 different varieties of trees, has a beautiful visitor center, has places to meet when it's safe to meet again. But what we were really excited about is there were over 1 million visitors that were visiting the trolls. And I hope many of the guests got to see those wonderful statues of trolls. They were by, I always forget the gentleman's name. He was a Danish sculptor named Thomas Dambo. And they were over 30 feet tall. And so there was such a great inspiration and lots of social media on these trolls with photos from families all over the country that were taking pictures. We even had groups from China here that were.
Can I show a few pictures of those?
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Okay. You keep talking and I'll pull that up.
Okay. So the trolls were fabulous. Next year, we had to have a little pause because of everything that's going on with 2020. There's the beautiful trolls. They're spectacular, very tall. And then in next year, we have an exhibit in 2021 called Human Nature. So there's another artist coming from South Africa named Daniel Popper. And Daniel's sculptures are going to be 20 to 25 feet tall, thought-provoking, and really talking about the combination between, or the synergies between humans and nature. So that's the whole point of his sculptures. And then we also have, I think some of the other legends that we have in DuPage I want to talk about real quickly is Cantini Park. So Cantini Park was the summer estate of Robert McCormick. Robert McCormick was the founder of the Chicago Tribune. So obviously a huge legend, and was a World War I veteran. So his estate has these fabulous gardens, lots of different areas to do some yoga poses. The military museum is there, but the gardens are spectacular, and you just feel really centered and full of peace when you go there. The flowers are spectacular from the color. So Well,
Looks
there
like
you
you've got
go.
a good Christmas things, Christmas display as well.
We do,
But
yes.
fall
Yeah.
colors. Oh my
All
goodness.
seasons, and Cantini, it has a lot of renovations that they've done. The museum and all of the different gardens. We're actually taking a firsthand tour. It'll be the first since obviously the park was closed due to the pandemic. So we're really excited about that. But it's just lovely. So I would really encourage everyone to go see that. Couple other things, if you don't mind, Kate, because I love talking about our green space.
That's okay. Go for it.
I already mentioned that Prairie Path. And I think what's really spectacular about that is you can just go forever and enjoy miles of that. And a lot of times you're in shade. So if you're worried about being in the full sun, that's not going to be the case. You'll have a combination of both. But I think what's really new for us and kind of cool is a guided organized bike tour, right? So you can get on our website and take your family or a small group and use Real Ride Chicago. They offer customized, tailored bike explorations of the trail system. And obviously the Forest Preserve has such a wide variety of information on their site as well. But I think having some really fun plans for the summer when there's so many things that we're not able to do, this is one of the ones that we really think will be really well visited, participated on. So, yeah.
Sure. Awesome. Well, another thing that our audience really like is food. And so,
Unfortunately.
yeah, I hear that. I hike so I can eat more. That's what it is.
There you go. Me too.
My sister and I go on sisters trips every year, and I think we're going to have to head up to DuPage County now because I found your culinary experiences on your website that I'm really excited about the classes that are offered.
Right.
And I know that you had said that some of the restaurants and things are doing like virtual cooking classes. And I wondered if you could talk just a little bit about the virtual things that are going on now in DuPage County so that we can visit even without traveling there per se.
Got it. Well, obviously, we would love to have you here because we have world-renowned chefs who actually go to the farmers markets and then cook in their restaurants. So obviously, we would love to have you here, but virtually, we've got some wonderful experiences as well. So Veggie Fest. Wow, what a fabulous event. And obviously we are very excited to be working toward that for next year. It's one of the largest festivals celebrating vegetarian cooking. Obviously it got canceled this year. But what we've been doing is cooking demonstrations, and it's not just for vegetarians. It's we actually worked the entire weekend last year. The CVB team did, and the food was impeccable and delicious, and you would never miss the meat. So there you go. It's really a great event. Cooking demos. We've partnered with Manna Kitchen. Manna Kitchen is a plant-based restaurant in Lisle, Illinois.
Oh, wow.
And it's funny. I went and I'm like, I know you. They already sell their nut butters and different things throughout Whole Foods and different for them. All the different
Manna Kitchen.
Manna, MANNA, Manna Kitchen. Nut butters, breads, and now they have a restaurant. So it's Manna Kitchen. They've been really successful, and I've been taking all my book clubs there and my friends, and we'll visit again after we're able to get more than 10 of us together.
Right.
We're also working with Prairie Food Co-op, which is dedicated to educating people about sustainable food products. It's a food co-op. They're hoping to open in 2022, and really talks about the community values that we support farmers, that we put healthy things into our bodies and whatnot. Along with Veggie Fest, I would be remiss if I didn't mention this as well. We were doing some live meditation series through our partnership with Veggie Fest, which was with the Science and Spirituality Center. So we had hundreds of people sign up for our virtual meditations. They are over because they were so popular. We had a 6-part series, but please look for us coming back in July because it was so successful. And half the time you're guided with a specialist who can help you really quiet your mind. And half the time is used for meditation. So it was really powerful and very well attended. And we would love people to join us in July again on that. So
awesome. Well, that will be something that will be coming up in July. And be sure to let me know on social media when that's coming up, and I can get that out to my
so you can have all those wonderful experiences virtually with us. So.
Right, exactly. All right, I do have to know about the maybe the North American Pizza and Culinary Academy. Pizza Academy. I'm in love already. Right. Exactly. Oh my gosh. So yeah,
I'd love to talk about that. So that's also in Lisle. They are one of the only that have a special certification in a certain kind of making of the pizza dough. It's a wonderful large space, so you can really social distance. They sell these amazing Italian pizza ovens if you're interested.
Oh, wow.
But they have different classes. They offer virtual classes. They've been doing wonderful pickups with different kinds of pizzas and Valentine's specials and different weekend specials. So it's really a group experience. Nice. But right now we can do a small group and you can do it virtually as well. It really shows how to make that old world Italian pizza crust that we all crave to get. So
love it.
Yeah, and it's great. It's a fabulous place, and they do sell pizza, so you can just swing by and get some as well. But that's obviously awesome. The experience virtually to learn how to do that. Yeah, sign me up. I see that.
Yeah, sign me up. Everybody's excited. And Rachel Rawson is from the UK, but she says, "Can we keep Beth? She knows good stuff." And the nice thing is, Rachel, DuPage County is keeping Beth, and when you come to visit, you can find out all the good stuff, and she knows everything and will tell us everything where we're supposed to go and all that stuff. So yes, she does know.
We would love to be of help and inspiration. So obviously our website is a great place to start. But all of these things I was talking about today are really centrally located and out of the city. So I think it's going to be a really great itinerary if you kind of put this on your bucket list this year.
Right. So, okay, when international travel does start back up, Rachel will be coming. She'd fly into Chicago. How long is it going to, and how easy is it to get out of Chicago to DuPage County?
I have my shirt on today.
Oh, yeah?
This is the county. The airport touches, I don't know if I'm going to be backwards here. The airport, O'Hare International Airport actually is on the northeast side of the county. So it's just minutes away.
Oh, wow.
Hop in a Uber, a cab. There are obviously many different ways to get in. We, at one point we're going to be, there's, excuse me, I'm stumbling on my words here.
You're fine.
There as Uber and cabs, but there's also ride shares and different transportation systems that we can get out to DuPage. Really, if you were looking at Itasca and some of our northern communities, Wooddale, Roselle, they are right there as well. So there's lots of hotel options, and you can get kind of your hub and spoke area, get settled, and then go right over to some of those places that we talked about, because all of the trail systems are all throughout DuPage County, which is great.
Sure. Awesome. So I know that you mentioned a microbrewery. I know there's a winery and lots of things like that. So I know Illinois has been really locked down for a really long time, even stricter than Missouri has been. And so I'm wondering, have things started opening back up in the phases? I know state parks opened a couple of weeks ago, and those are the things that I focus on the most. But are your restaurants open for patio seating and things like that?
Yes.
Yes.
So, we talked a little bit about food. So we are a very big sports city, obviously. And I know you're probably a Cardinals fan.
Yes.
We have the Cubs and the White Sox up here. So
we like the White Sox.
Okay.
They're really great too. We just
Yeah,
rivalry,
we're hoping we have baseball soon again, but it'll be probably next year. But so we have legendary restaurants in DuPage. So you can eat at Mike Ditka's from the Chicago Bears. You can eat at Harry Carey's, which was the announcer for the Chicago Cubs, and the Carey family from the Cardinals, and then Michael Jordan's. So on top of those big name restaurants, we've got thousands of restaurants in DuPage that are offering outdoor seating, that are really being very safe with their guidelines, especially because of the Illinois Restaurant Association has done an amazing job of making sure that everybody is following protocol. And the weather has been spectacular. So we have a lot of options out here for dining in DuPage. Our website, we did a dining from a distance campaign. So if you're still not comfortable, there's great takeout and pickup and curbside service as well. We were the host for Ryder Cup at Medina Country Club, for those of you who are golfers out there. So we have some golf themed restaurants. I mean, there's just a lot of things to enjoy in DuPage County from a dining perspective.
Well, and on your website, you can look up, you can add filters, you can check out all of the restaurants and what they're doing. So I think that that's great, a wonderful resource for locals as well as the folks that will be traveling in from.
I saw Alter Brewing on there. We do have a lot of breweries actually, and many of them have altered production and took a part of their production time to produce hand sanitizer. Obviously we want you to support all of our breweries, but also the fact that they were doing community good stuff as well during this pandemic. So I think we want to give a shout out to all the breweries that were doing that and all the different people. Yes, absolutely. I would be remiss. Drury Lane did a drive-by fabric gathering collection. So there's seamstresses that were normally sewing costumes for theater, switched gears to make face masks. So we've had a lot of, that's again, just part of the DNA that we have in DuPage is, community-based. We really want to help support our communities, and nobody knows our communities like, the people that live here and the CVB. So we really want everyone to share in that community value we have.
So I do have one last question, I guess. I have a lot of people who have children and travel with kids, and they're very concerned about, all right, we got my kids in the car. I'm going to drive several hours, either across Illinois or, from Missouri or up through from Iowa or wherever. And what is a thing that they can take their kids to do once they get them out of the car? Once they get to DuPage County?
Well, first of all, that's what I think our competitive advantage is that we are not in the city. So you have an ability to be a lot more spread out. We have a lot of different hotels that are doing very great safety precautions. So you can feel good about bringing your family here. Brookfield Zoo is just minutes outside of DuPage County. So that would be a fabulous thing. Obviously, the Arboretum with the sculptures, there's a lot of family activities that are still, available and welcoming. I would always encourage everyone to check out the website, not only on discoverdupage.com, but even each individual attraction's website, just to be sure that everything is moving along as planned, and we're keeping up with the phases of the governor's opening plan. There's just really a lot of great things from the parks to the trails. And again, I think having that family bike ride would be a great getaway for everyone.
Awesome. I think so too.
Yeah. The park districts some of them have small petting zoos. There's some historic different things that the forest preserves offer. So I think in terms of keeping your kids entertained, there's plenty to do and plenty of safe things to do as well.
Sure. I've got one video, your Natural Wanders video, that I'd like to share with our group before we go. And then we'll come back and have just whatever you'd like to add here.
Great. Thanks, Kate.
All right. I think I managed to shut off my sound for that. I'm sorry, guys. It was
That's
just music, but it was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful video and lots of places to wander. So, yeah, I forgot that there would be no sound if I muted my own microphone. Sorry
no
about that.
problem. I hope people were visually inspired.
Oh, yes. And I do want to add, in addition to that video, you can find that on the link down below on Discover DuPage's YouTube channel. So you can take a look at that full video there as well. And it's already gotten 1,000 views. So there. Yay. That's very fun. So Beth, what else would you like to tell folks about DuPage County before we have to let you go for a little while?
Oh, I really hope people can come and visit. We're ready and to get out a little bit, and I think this is a great way to do that outside with nature. I think, we talked a little bit about wineries. We have Illinois' very first winery was in DuPage County in Roselle, Illinois, and it's Linford Winery. And I would be remiss if I didn't have my little heart talking about that. That was founded by Lynn and Fred Kohler, hence the name Linford Winery. And they're an amazing winery. They were one of the ones that got Illinois wine laws to be able to open up different wineries and be able to increase production. So again, that whole foodie wine scene is live and well in DuPage. So really what they led the way for other Illinois wineries to open. And so, we've seen different grape growers in Southern Illinois region. And so we can thank Lynn and Fred for kind of being the godfather of that, getting them going in terms of Illinois wines. We're just a lot of firsts. We have a lot of firsts in DuPage. After the Chicago fire, I'm a wealth of information here. After the Chicago fire, we actually were one of the areas that provided a lot of quarried rock. So during the rebuild, so that people weren't building things out of wood again after the Chicago fire. So we were part of the rebuild of Chicago. So again, that is just a historic legend that we think is really powerful, and why, again, we're a great place to live and visit, hopefully soon.
I would love to visit. and I am hoping to get up that way at some point this year, maybe in the fall. Would be
beautiful with all the trees that we have and the color. It's really spectacular.
Yes, and you guys go into your fall colors before we do because you get cooler first.
Yep.
So
we're
there.
Usually about a week before, I would say. Yeah,
I would think so.
Yeah.
And then come up and go camping. I'm just so excited now.
Right.
That's awesome. Thank you all for being here, and thank you, Beth, for being here. And
Absolutely,
if anybody has any questions, they can reach out on the website or on your YouTube channel, and that will get them everywhere they need to be. Thanks so much. This has been really, really fun.
Thank you, Kay. I hope everyone can come and do more in DuPage.
Yes, very nice. Hang out for just a second. I'll finish out the show.
Great.
All right, guys, do a couple things for me. One, go over to the DuPage County YouTube channel, comment on their videos, subscribe, tell them that you saw them on Happy Trails Hiking, and tell Beth thank you for coming on the show and telling us more all about it. Two, come back and leave a comment on this video and share it with other folks who you think might be interested in heading to Chicago and headed up to DuPage County, because you need to do more in DuPage. And three, go out and live the life you love today. And remember, you are not replaceable. Thanks so much, guys. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.